amazing, incredible, outstanding, amazing, amazing, incredible.
Welcome back. So I'm doing this intro after we've already eaten because when I made it, I didn't think I was going to do an intro. I made a video during the snowstorm because the kids decided they wanted pizza in the snowstorm. So what I did was I made some homemade pizza. My plan was to let the kids eat it on camera because I was still in my jammies. I never got dressed. And I ended up jumping on anyway. So without further ado, let's get it. Let's go make that pizza. Come on. All right, here we go. This is everything you're going to need for the pizza. You're going to need some cheese. I have Daya and BioLife on the left-hand side for Eric, and I have what's left of that bag of Great Value on the right. You're going to need a cup of warm water, some yeast. I do have a no yeast pizza dough. If you don't have any, I can always put that in the description box below. I have some flour. It's 2.5 cups. I got a tablespoon of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, and I have spaghetti sauce because I don't have any pizza sauce. The cornmeal I put down on my pan just so it doesn't stick. And for the toppings, the kids wanted some pineapples and some pepper, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's go. All right, so you want your water about 105 degrees. I'm fluctuating between 103 to 104.5, so that's about right. So I'm gonna add tablespoon of sugar, and then we're going to add the packet of yeast. Add that in there. Give that a quick whiskey, and we're going to let that sit for about 5 minutes. We want it to become frothy. If it's not frothy, your yeast is no good. Start again. Either your water was too hot, it's old, whatever the case may be. That's what it looks like to start. While we're waiting on that, all I'm going to do is I'm going to slice up my pepper right here. And I am making 2 of these. I'm making a batch and a half for everybody else and a half a batch for Eric. But I'll take half of his out and add it to ours. But I'm making his at the same time. Okay, so if you want peppers, cut them up however you want. I think I'm going to do mine in like long little strips. Just like that wide. So by the time I'm done with this pepper, the yeast will be done. All right, that should be about enough because we're only doing half on each pizza. So I'm going to put that in something and go back to working on the dough. And that's what my yeast looks like, nice and frothy. So my yeast is good. Let's start mixing it together. All right, to my mixer. You could do this by hand. You don't need a stand mixer, and I've done it a bunch of times on this channel. I'm going to give that a little bit of a stir. Okay, we're going to add the 2 cups of flour. You can sift it or not sift it. It's up to you. You can use a screen and just shake it. But you don't have to. It's not a requirement. All right, let me get all that in there. All right, a couple little crumbs in there. We're all right. To the yeast. I don't know if you could see what I'm doing. Let me see. Yeah, you could see. I'm going to add the oil to the yeast mixture. Tablespoon. I'm going to add the salt to the flour and give that a quick mix. Okay. And then slowly we're going to add the yeast mixture. Let me get the hook and put it on. All right. I hope it's not too dark in there, but you know, all the snow that's going on outside. We're going to start adding this slowly. Hold on a second. Is there something on? I thought there was something on there. Okay. Lock it down. And we're going to start adding this. Going to add a little bit and then mix, add a little bit and mix some more. On low. Turn that off to get that last little bit in there. Whoop, whoop, wrong way. It's behind me, so I can't, behind the thing, I have it sitting the wrong way. Let's add the rest of the stuff in there. Okay. If it's too wet, you could add more flour because we have the half a cup. If it's too dry, you could add more water. I'm going to turn this around. All right, so we're going to give that a little mix. And we're going to let that go for about 5 minutes so until a soft dough forms. Alrighty, so it's like a soft, sticky dough ball. We're going to take that out and we're going to knead it on the counter for just a minute or two. Let me get it out of here. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of this flour. I washed my counter down, nice and clean. And we're going to take this dough out and we're going to knead it by hand for just a few minutes. You can continue to keep it in there in the bowl, but I kind of like getting my hands in there just a little bit. Okay. Get the rest of it out of the bowl. All right. So we're just going to start kneading it and rolling it using the flour. If it's, I don't want my bracelet in that. Here we go. And we just need it to look like elastic. It's just going to take like maybe 3 minutes. All right, so that's good. It's a little sticky on the bottom, but it'll be all right. Okay, we're going to put that back in the bowl. We're going to add a little bit of oil in the bottom, and we're going to let that rest for a few minutes while I make the other batch. Put a little oil in the pan. That's avocado oil. Just rub it around. Just lightly grease it. Okay. Put that in there. Boop. All right, we're going to cover that up and let it sit for a few minutes while I make Eric's, and then it'll be ready. And then Eric's will be ready when I get this in the oven. That's what it looks like. All right, that's batch number 2. We're going to let that rest a little bit. I'm going to take half of this out and put it in the other one so that it can combine with ours. All right, so this is the 1.5 for us. That looks like a piece of dry dough. Probably came from my hands. I'm going to make it fit in this pan here because that's what we're just doing, a sheet pan. I might have too much dough because I added half of Eric's, but we'll see. I'm going to try and stretch it a little bit before I put it on there. And normally what I do when I put it on the pan, you could use a greased pan, or what I use is the cornmeal and I stick it down on there. But I'm going to decide what I'm going to do after I figure out what's going on with this dough. Okay. Because that's the biggest sheet pan that I have. Okay. Can you see what I'm doing over here? Maybe not. So I'm just going to Stretch it out. Okay, and I'm gonna make it fit that pan. Okay, so just work it out any old kind of way you can. All right, so I got it rolled out pretty good, about the size of my pan. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my rolling pin and I'm gonna roll it up, and hopefully I'm gonna transfer it over there. Let's see how it works out. Got it in there. Let's see how well it rolls back out. Booyah! Got it. It's not the best looking pizza. She's a little bit on the ugly side, but she'll be all right. Got a little bit of extra dough we could stick on there. All right. So what we're going to do to the pizza, we're going to put some sauce on it and cook it. Now you could par bake this if you want to. It's getting late here, so I'm not going to, but I'm just poking a couple of holes in here a little bit. Not even going to wash my hands because I got to do Eric's right after. So we're just going to use some regular old spaghetti sauce. Put that on there. We're going all the way to the ends. I didn't make any edges because we just want to eat. All right. So for this pizza, we're going to put some mozzarella down, but just let me put some seasoning on here. I think that's enough sauce. I'm going to put a little bit of Italian seasoning on there. I don't know if I'm going to eat on camera because I'm in my jammies. That's Italian. A little oregano. All right, so we're just going to start throwing down some cheese on here. Whatever kind of cheese you want. You could use barbecue sauce and the Mexican shreds. If you don't have this, you could do barbecued chicken, all kind of stuff. All right, so that's good. I washed off my hands because I'm going to be handling stuff for Eric. We're going to put a little bit of basil down on top because we like it. I'm going to add to half of it pineapples and peppers. So we're just going to stick these all over the place. You could do pepperoni, but the only person who really likes pepperoni is Aiden. I like the ham and pineapple and the peppers. All right, let's put a little bit of the pepper down. All right, put some of these really thinly sliced peppers down. That should be, I probably sliced up too much pepper, but that's all right. I use peppers all the time. I think that's good. Then we have the half that's plain. So that's going to go in the oven. It's preheated at, I think it's like 450. I'm going to put this in there, but first let me show you Eric's. All right, Eric's Daya mozzarella. And he wanted his the same way ours is. Half pineapple and peppers, and the other half just plain. So I'm just going to do it, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, that's Eric's. I'm going to put some basil on the top. And we're going to put that in the oven with the other one, and then I'm going to clean up my mess. I always tell the kids, the messier the kitchen, the better the food. Ooh! And there's Eric's pizza. Let me get ours out after I cut that. All right, here we go. That is ours. All right, and there's my plate. That's the dairy-free, and that's the dairy. I'm going to meet you at the table. Just know I'm in my pajamas because it's snowing outside.
If you get any benefit at all from my content, you can help me out by clicking like, share, commenting, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video.
All right, this is something I never do. Sit with my pajamas on camera. Doesn't happen. So Eric, you have this half over here is the pineapple and the peppers, and that side is plain.
Okay.
Same for me. All right, let's go for the pineapple one first because that's going to be my favorite. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Woo, be careful. Hope you don't want to burn yourself. Mmm. Mmm.
Mm.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's a little thick though. I took too big a bite.
That's really good.
So did you. Hold on a minute. I had to break for a minute because I took too big a bite. I don't know why I did that. That was really good. I'm gonna take a little nibble this time because that was too big a bite. It's a little, it's not as thick as Sicilian, but not as thin as regular pizza. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
They're both good. Try this. All right. Well, we'll see what everybody else thinks, and we'll see you at the wrap up. Bye-bye. Dinner's over. How do we do? Boom. We couldn't finish, but Eric did. Eric, what'd you think about that pizza?
It was really filling. I liked the pineapple and the peppers. Honestly, it was perfect.
That's what he said. He said, this is just perfect. That's what he said to me. Aiden?
It was amazing.
Very filling though, right?
1000%.
Yeah. We all had 2 pieces. Tyler?
I think you did a very good job. I'm really proud that you're a good cook, and it was very good.
Thank you, baby. Trey, what'd you think about dinner?
It was really good.
Me, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Probably won't ever see me get on camera in my pajamas again, but it's a unique situation. We're snowed in. Who wants to get all dressed and all that? So there you have it. I hope you try it. I hope you like it. Leave me a comment. Either way. See you later. Bye.